From the Blue Corner in Sydney's Woolloomooloo is a restaurant with a minimal, somewhat empty look. And with no regulars, the place is sinking rapidly into the red. Meet Nicholas Kalis, his chef Nikos, and the crew from Modena 88.
We decided to start off as an Italian restaurant. Now we've gone, you know, a little bit Mediterranean. Nico's in charge of the kitchen. He's the head chef. He's one of the best chefs I've ever worked with. He's got that much passion and love for food.
No, I'm not going to do that. Nick's going to do it.
We've also got Melanie, who's from France, who's come here on a working visa. She'll work day and night if she has to, without really complaining. Or maybe she does complain, but it's in French, so I can't really understand.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels.
Brussels.
We've also got Diego. Diego's from Colombia. He's an actor, model, barman / waiter.
I have lots of fun and I'm pretty, you know, relaxed when I'm working.
Hi, how are you?
I'm cheeky with the girls and, you know.
Nice to meet you.
The customers, they love it, I think. The few that we have here.
We went for the higher end of the market. Sometimes I think that we've overspent and it might be a bit intimidating for people to walk in. It's always been my dream to start a restaurant from scratch, but that dream has now started to turn into a nightmare.
When it's just 2 tables, what's wrong? It's very embarrassing, yeah. I'm not saying that food is crap or anything. Food are good, but kitchen are lazy. Should say something to the chef? Ooh, no.
Do another chicken. Throw it up. It's hard when you don't have people to cook for.
What are you starting there?
You can't get motivated, and it's hard to get inspired and inspire the rest of the guys. So it's tough.
Come on. What? Your first time making panna cotta?
Realistically, we might only have 2 or 3 months left.
And I can't do anything because I'm not rich.
I love Nick. He's a good boss.
I'll do it. I just want to do whatever I can to make this place work.
So what is going wrong at Modena 88? Maybe the critics' review will offer some clues.
Modena 88, you ask yourself, is this a restaurant? Should I be sitting here for an evening's eating? Or is this a bar? Slight crisis of identity going on here. A very friendly guy took us to our table. The only trouble is, after that, he kind of lost interest in us, and it hurts a bit to think that the staff have lost interest in you when there isn't a lot of competition. The menu wanders around the world a bit.
We want them to have an international experience.
Is this Greek? Is this Italian? But there's also a bit of Spanish. There's also a few Asian influences.
We are giving confusing messages.
There was some fish which was possibly inspired by the decor of the restaurant. You know, this was a sort of square fish. It didn't look as though it had ever swum anywhere. I had twice cooked chicken. Now, I should probably explain that twice cooking is a Chinese technique. Now, I had 2 pieces of chicken cooked like this. The first one was a little dry. The second one was fine, except that as I got to the end of it, I started to feel that this was just a little heavy, almost a little sickly. Obviously, Modena 88 has identity problems. It's a restaurant that looks a little too much like a bar. It's a menu that doesn't quite know where on the globe it is focused.
Are you happy or you're not happy?
Well, we could have done better.
Both teams have made it through their restaurant reviews and will now open for one final night before they undergo a 48-hour transformation. En route to make his own evaluation is our expert chef, Matt Moran. Australia's leading chef and restaurateur, Matt Moran of the famous Aria restaurant in Sydney, will divide his time equally between our 2 competing teams.
1 tuna on 2 plates, followed by a lamb and a whiting.
With his world-class skills as a chef and as the uncompromising boss of up to 35 chefs, he will help our teams be at their best for opening night.
Waiters!
So there's your nachos?
The nachos came out and it's just this big pole of mess. How do you eat this? By the time you eat a few nachos, the ones underneath are all soggy and horrible. It's a mess. The refried beans was so bland. There was no seasoning in it at all. You know, chicken mole, I always was led to believe that it's cooked in the liquor, so it's actually more like a braised dish, not a bit of chicken breast which has been char grilled. Chicken's quite tender, but it looks as though he's just grilled the chicken, then put the sauce over the top. It looked like something that you would find in a penitentiary. So unappetizing. The rice was the most overcooked rice I've ever seen in my life. It was just like mash. This guy needs to go back to presentation school, I think. Oh, hey, Chef. Chef. You well? Yeah. Yeah. I know you're busy. Walking into the kitchen, all you can see is bain-maries, reheated food, and nothing fresh. I went into the courtroom and wanted to have a bit of a look around, you know, and it nearly made me vomit. What the hell is that? In the cool room, you know, I come across these chicken legs. Can you imagine cooking that, freezing it, and then reheating it? You're going to defrost them and then serve them to some poor customer. It's a recipe to bloody kill someone. I went in there to say hello to Rob. We do have a pass, and he just gave me the cold shoulder. Didn't really want to talk to me, never said 2 words to me. He's asked for help. Does he want me to be there? Does he want me to help him? See you, Chef. Keep going.
He's just looking and checking out the food, and, you know, in the end, it'll probably help us. If he was around looking, trying to break me down and rip me a new asshole, it'd be a different story, but I don't think that's the case. At least I hope it's not.
Great.
Twice cooked chicken, enjoy your meal.
Thank you. What are they trying to do here? Are they trying to be an Italian restaurant, a modern Australian restaurant, you know, Chinese restaurant?
Braised lamb shank with white bean puree and garlic, and fresh oregano.
It's quite garlicky and citrusy. It's more of a Greek style than an Italian style. You're Greek, Nikos, yeah? Where'd you learn to cook Italian food?
I haven't learned to cook Italian food. I don't think it's very Italian what we do.
It's a bit of everything, isn't it? Let's face it, this restaurant's not doing well. It's got an Italian name, it's a couple of Greek guys. You've got a French waitress, you've got Chinese chicken. It's confused. For these guys to win, they've really got to turn this restaurant around completely. Maybe they should be going down that track and changing it to a Greek restaurant.